artist Miguel Paredes. We are at the MDCI House for the new Used and Abused exhibition. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about that title, the new, the used, and the abused. Where does that come from?
New, used, and abused comes from 30 years of pop art. Ronnie Catrone was the assistant to Andy Warhol, and he was my mentor as a child. 20 years later, I met him in New York City, and we became friends.
Tell me how you met him.
I met him through another artist named Lee Quinones, who is like the best graffiti artist in the world in New York City. And we all went to a show, and I met Ronnie. So my entire life as a child, I grew up looking at Ronnie's characters, inspired by his work. So we met, he was very humble, very approaching. And I told him I was an artist, and I told him I loved his work, and he gave me his number, and since then we just connected. So I would never in a million years think that not only will I have a show with him, but we collaborated together on a bunch of paintings.
How many of the works here are collaborations, and how many are solo works?
We did 15. We sold 8 in Miami, and there's 7 here.
Now, pop art is one of those things that does not get, it kind of gets thrown around so casually that sometimes people don't always know exactly what it means.
I grew up with anime, pop art, cartoons, comic books. I mean, my whole era from 1980s in New York, it's always been influenced by animation in some form, right? This show is about LA. I've been coming to LA for the last year, and I've been wanting to really come into the scene, and I want people and collectors to know who I am. So the whole collection is about episodes and situations that I actually had here in LA, new friends that I met, and so I chose specific characters like the Archies, Rocket Bullwinkler, Boris and Natasha, to include them in all the paintings.
So you kind of have this combination of that mainstream that you end up appropriating and kind of reworking it so that it's your own.
Absolutely, absolutely.
How do you get your inspiration? Because they're visually beautiful. It's not just content, but it's also the actual composition, and you use so much multimedia. How do you go about making those decisions?
I've been painting my entire life. So I'm usually working on 4 paintings at a time, and when I feel that I can no longer work one piece, I put it away, I come back to it. But everything I paint are actual situations I experienced. So if we looked at all my paintings from 1980 on, it would tell you my life story.
I heard an artist say once that he couldn't possibly have a favorite of his works. He said they're all like your kids, and you send them out into the world to live their own life.
I think that I paint for people to appreciate my work, and somebody should have it somewhere else so they can talk about it.
That's what it's about. It's about talking about the work. It's about experiencing it.
It's not even about the money or how much I sell it for. At the end of the day, it's the right collector, the right home.
Where can we find your work? Are you online? Is there a gallery that represents you?
I'm in Korea. I'm in New York. I'm in Miami. But you can find me on my website. It has all the information, which is miguelparedes.com.
Perfect. I'm so glad that you had the time to speak with us tonight, because these are gorgeous works. I love looking at them. I love the way that you combine the content.
MDCIHouse.com, who's my agent here in LA, Chris Hemmerly.
Okay, great. So we can find you all through MDCI House.
Yeah.
There you have it. We can find him so many ways. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.